Hey people, my aunt is giddy with power, and that is why, despite the fact that she has a little over $75,000 of my mom's money, because remember there was some money left back in the small joint account that it disgusts me my name's still on. The idea of spending one penny on me makes her ill. But you know what? I'm just going to report her to park management, because no one's going to throw me and Omar out in the cold. So she'll get in trouble, and all I care about is not having to pay the utilities so I can get out of here as soon as possible. It's all I care about, okay? I'm going to report her. She's not legally, you know what, backed me into a corner. From what I've learned, she's not legally bound to treat me the way she knows damn well she would be legally bound to treat her tenants. She's a landlord, okay? Owns apartment buildings. Just want to stress that, okay? As I've told you, she's far from poor. It's just the idea of spending one fucking penny on me makes her ill, and that's why she doesn't want to do it. But you know what? She could sit there. I'm going to just run a reporter, because I'm going to report her. Because she can sit there but I want her to evict me, see? But she could sit there and say, I'm not going to evict you. You can stay there as long as you want and just pay the utilities. But what reason do I have to trust her? None. She's under no obligation. I could transfer the utilities in my name, and then she can immediately begin the process of evicting me. You get it? You get it? It's a long process. But why the fuck should I have to do what her tenants wouldn't have to do if they were weren't paying the rent? Why should I? I shouldn't under these circumstances. She should have to treat this like a landlord-tenant, and she should have to do what she would have to do for any of her tenants. Pay the fucking bill. She would never be able to shut the electricity and heat off on them, period. But she can do it to me because this universe is so fucked, that this situation is so fucked, she's not legally bound to treat me like a tenant. I'm going to report her. Okay? I'm going to report her. As far as I'm concerned, under this circumstance, even if I didn't live in a senior park, Marion should be legally bound by landlord tenant, but apparently she's not. She ill-gained control over my mom, and now she's God. The landlord tenant things don't apply at all. It's astounding to me. It's absolutely astounding in this situation. She can't legally evict me, but she can legally turn the utilities off on me, according to everyone I talk to. That makes no sense whatsoever. It makes no legal sense. You understand? It makes no sense. Even if I was not in this park where I'm not supposed to be because I'm not the right age, okay, I'm not old enough, but even if I wasn't, it makes no legal sense in these circumstances that she's allowed to do that. So I'm going to report her. That's all. I'm going to report her. If she does it, I'm going to report her. So go ahead, Marion, do it. Shut them all off on me. I won't turn them back on, and I'll report you to the office. No one's going to throw me and Omar out in the cold, regardless. Even if they have to evict me and not you or whatnot, it'll take months, and either way, I won't have to be paying while it's taking months to evict me. Which means I can save up more money. When I don't have any money at all. And my mother and my aunt are rich compared to me. And I might as well just say my aunt's rich because now she has everything of my mother's. I'm just going to report her. I'm going to go to the office and I'm going to report her. Because it is sickening. Joe couldn't believe it. My friends couldn't believe it. No one could believe it. That this is not treated like a landlord-tenant situation and that she could legally turn the utilities off on me. No one could believe it. No one can believe it. It just makes no sense whatsoever. I even asked it on Yahoo Answers and they're like, yep, she can. That's just sick. That's so sick. It makes me want to fucking puke. She's not legally bound to treat me the way that she's legally bound to treat her tenants who are total fucking strangers. You guys, oh, it's only fair you pay the utilities. Nothing about this is fair, Marion. Is it fair that you are legally bound to treat your fucking stranger tenants better than you're bound to treat me? That's not fair. So don't give me your little, oh, it's only fair. Fuck you. Fuck you, fair. You turn them off on me, gas or electricity, I'm going to report you to the front office. I'll take my chances with that. Watch me. Watch me. I'm not going to sit here and be just at her complete mercy. Once I turn anything on in my name, she's not bound. I have to just take her word for it. Just like I have to take her word, she's not going to come in here. Don't worry, once I get your mom's stuff, I'm not going to come in there. Yeah, but the fact is you can come in here. And that makes me ill. Which means I want to get the fuck out of here as soon as possible. I possibly can, but I don't have any money. It makes me ill that she can come in here. It doesn't matter if she promises not to come in here. She can promise not to start the proceedings to evict me, and then decide to do just that once she has the utilities in my name. You get it, people? I have no reason to fucking trust her, and I hate her fucking guts. Okay? So she can either do for me what she would be legally bound to do for her tenants who are total fucking strangers, or I'm going to report her, period. Joe's like, go to anybody, Laura. Go to legally. Go to the police. Go to anybody. Find out that this can't possibly be, that you have no rights at all in this situation, because I cannot believe it. I'm in shock, and I'm not the only one who's in shock. And it just is astounding to me. Astounding to me that she can do this to me. And this is my 4-year home. She can't throw me out, but she can just treat me like total fucking shit. She can come here whenever she wants to. She can shut everything off on me. Like I'm just scum. So fortunately for me, this isn't just a house out in the boonies. It's a senior park, and I'm going to report her. I'm going to report her if she shuts the utilities off on me, either of them, gas or electric. Like I said, she's rich compared to me. She's rich compared to most people. Most people don't have any money at all. She owns apartment buildings. She's a landlord. If she had a tenant who didn't pay the rent in the wintertime, she would have to go through unfortunately, the long process of evicting that tenant. She sure as fuck couldn't shut the fucking utilities off on her tenant, period. She couldn't do it, okay? And yet in this situation, I'm fucking scum. I'm finding out. What the fuck? You wonder why I just don't want to bother anymore? You wonder why I say it's no use loving anybody or anything anymore? You wonder why I'm talking about giving up him so I can get the fuck out of here and not be hindered by him? She's not legally bound, is what you're telling me, to treat me like she would have to treat her tenants who are total fucking strangers. How is that fair, Auntie? It's only fair that you pay the utilities. Nothing about this is fair. It would be a drop in the bucket for you to pay these utilities over the next several months. Do you understand, people? She just doesn't want to do it because she's a cheap fucking cunt, and the idea of spending 1 penny of my mom's money on me makes her ill. That's all it is. So I'm fighting back in the only way I can. I'm able to. Is by spreading the word, and I will report her if she shuts them off on me. I would expect her to shut the goddamn Comcast off, but I never imagined she wouldn't be legally bound to not shut the fucking utilities off on me. Nobody I know can imagine that. They just can't imagine it. You know that? And I'm not doing it. I'll just sit here in the cold in the dark and I'll report her to the office. Watch me. Watch me. I'll let my mom's pipes freeze. Watch me. If she can turn this shit off on me, then I'm certainly not legally bound to turn it back on. You know what I mean? My common sense tells me that. No one can force me to put this shit in my name. She could turn them off, and Omar and I could go to a hotel, and I could let my mom's pipes freeze, and that will cost her way more than it would to do the right thing under these circumstances, where she has taken everything from me, where she's rich compared to most people, not just compared to me, who has nothing at all, where she has $75 and a little more $1,000 of my mom's money, which is the 401k and the 15 I gave back, and the 2,000 RMD from the 401k, okay? She can pay the fucking utilities. She just doesn't want to. You understand? It would be a drop in the bucket. Would not affect her at all. But she doesn't want to do it because she doesn't want me being here to cost her a fucking penny. It's all about power. She's giddy with power. Do it, Marion. I will report you to the office. I will report you to the office. I will report you to the office. And if I find out that anyone could just throw me out, me and Omar, on the street in the middle of winter, then find a good home for Omar and I'll go into a shelter and save up my money. Because that is what the universe is just endlessly spitting on me. Where I'm not even protected by like I would be if it was a landlord-tenant situation. I'm just total fucking scum when the mother that loved me, who loved me, as you guys all know, wanted me to have the fucking world, and now I'm fucking scum. Looked at as scum. I have no legal rights whatsoever. I have no legal rights, people. You understand? She can force me. She can shut everything off, and I have no choice but to put him in my name. But like I said, I cannot put him in my name, take off with Omar, and allow my mom's pipes to freeze. That'll cost her way more, and I already told the electric company that. I already asked on Yahoo Answers. I already asked legal, AVO. If my aunt, who recently became guardian conservator over my mom, and I've lived in my mom's home for 4 years as her caretaker, my aunt can't evict me. Can't just throw me out in the street in the middle of winter, but apparently she can legally turn off all the utilities off of me, then my common sense tells me there's no fucking way she can force me to turn them back on. She chose to turn them off. She's taking her chances that I'll turn them back on, and if I don't, and my mom's pipes freeze, again, it'll cost her way more than to do the right thing and just pay the fucking utilities so I can save up my little piddly disability check and get the fuck out of here with my dog. Yes, I will report her. I'll take my chances. I don't think anybody, even if the office is going to evict me, they can't just throw me out on the street. They'll have to go through the courts. And no judge, I'm disabled, and it's the middle of fucking winter, it's bitter cold, no judge is going to throw me out. So, Auntie wants to, I can play this game too. I've lost everything. I'm hanging on by a thread, and she can't throw me crumbs that would mean nothing to her. Nothing. Nothing. It's all about power with her. That's all it is. It's all about power. Paying these utilities while I save up my monthly money and she goes through the process of evicting me like she would have to do with any tenant. It would be a drop in the bucket for her. She just doesn't want to do it. Remember, if I'm not here and she's not feeling like selling the house, she still has to pay the rent every month. She wants me to not cost her a penny. She wants to throw me crumbs. She wants to act like she's being kind to not evict me. She wants to say, oh, you can keep the TV and my son, well, I'll even buy you a high-definition antenna to be your mother's Christmas present to you. Do you have any idea how angry that made me when she said that? The Christmas cookies hanging on the door with the note that said, I'm turning off the utilities, it's not like I didn't give you a heads up, blah, blah, blah. Do you see what she's doing? I can't imagine any non-ignorant person would be unable to see right through her fucking bullshit. Would not be able to, any non-ignorant person would not, told you, my friends see it instantly. That is so fucking patronizing. You can shut up all the utilities, I'll be on something. I'll get you a high definition antenna, it'll be your mother's Christmas present to you. Hee 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 hee. Fuck you, you fucking cunt, I'll report you. I'm not supposed to legally be here. I don't know if I put the utilities in my name because of the situation where this isn't my home and it's a senior park. I don't think I'd be able to get any financial assistance. There's no guarantee that once I put the utilities in my name, she's under no obligation to not begin the process of evicting me. She's under no obligation. I'm just supposed to take her word for it. She's a fucking lying, deceitful bitch. who gained all this power over my mother behind my back, but, you know, with lying through her teeth about me, who grabbed my mom at her most vulnerable moment, but I didn't grab her chance when my mom was hating me for no reason, because I had to do what Auntie knows she's had to do numerous times when I wasn't even in the picture. Nothing about this is fair. So call my bluff, Auntie. Turn it off on me. I will report you to the office, and then we'll see what happens. As my friend down the street said, the one who was yelling at me gently, but like, you gotta do something about your mom. She could see it. She could see it. She was around my mom. She could see how my mom was. She heard what I said, but she also witnessed it firsthand. You gotta do something. Your mom cannot live alone. She belongs in a place, belongs in a home, not necessarily a nursing home, but something, blah, 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 okay? I am not supposed to be here, which means utilities on a fucking house are not, a house I don't own are not supposed to be put in my name. So Auntie Heather does the right thing, which she knows damn well she would have to do for any of her tenants who didn't pay the rent, and she had to do the process of evicting them, or I'm going to report her. I mean that 100%. I'll report her. Remember a little before, if you don't open your big mouth, nobody will know, and you just pay all the bills, you know, and when I didn't jump at that, why can't you put your mother ahead of you? This could work, but then we got a text, if it doesn't work, where will you and Omar go? See? I'm scum. I'm nothing in this life. I don't matter at all. I've lost everything, so if that cunt can't grant me the same things that she would be legally bound to grant her stranger tenants, then go ahead, shut it off, Auntie, and I will report you, and I will also allow my mom's pipes to freeze. I will not turn it back on. I will just leave. I will still be living here and take off. So all my stuff will be here. This is a joke. This is a joke under the circumstances. You poisoned my mom against me when she was at her most vulnerable, locked up in the mental hospital, and irrationally blaming me for her being in there. You convinced a judge of whatever. You've gained all your control back that you lost before and then some. And you can't throw me crumbs? Well, fuck you. Go ahead, turn it off. I will report you. Watch me.